Chapter 419. Fang Zhengs Pain. Translator. Chibi General Editor. Chibi General. Tianti Mountain stood high above the clouds, reaching 3,000 kilometers in total. It was situated at the center of Central Continent. It was the land of inheritances, the mountain of saints. During ancient times, it was the ladder of immortals, able to ascend to the heavenly court. Immortal Crane Sect's elite disciples were now standing at the foot of TNT Mountain, having waited for an hour already. How much longer do we need to wait? This Fang Yuan is putting up too much airs, right? Shh, quiet. He is the brother of Gu Yue Fang Zheng, the owner of Hu Immortal Blessed Land. Speaking of that, this brother of Fang Zhengs is really amazing. He managed to defeat Feng Jin Huang, Xiao Qi Xing, Ying Shengji, and the others. So what? If I had a Supreme Elder supporting me in the dark, helping me to use fixed immortal travel goo, I would be able to win the Blessed Land as well. Our clan's elders are truly smart, using Fang Zheng to attract their attention, while the real trump card was Fang Yuan all along. In order to make this a reality, Immortal Crane Sect lied to all their disciples. Immortal Crane Sect disciples now knew that there was someone named Gu Yue Fang Yuan in their sect. During these 3 months, he had become the hottest topic that everyone was discussing. He was mysterious and low-key. It made people curious. Shocking the world in one move, he obtained Hu Immortal Blessed Land for Immortal Crane Sect, and even allowed Immortal Crane Sect to stand out among the 10 sects. It made the other disciples feel proud. All their discussions entered Fang Zheng's ears. Fang Zheng was stand at the front of these people. His gaze was dim as he looked at Qinti Mountain. These days, he had been a walking corpse. He did not know how he survived the last few days. After Fang Zheng left Qingmao Mountain, he swore to exact revenge, to get justice for his deceased clansmen. He carried a great hatred with him. The objective of revenge was sustaining and motivating him to cultivate. He was more hard-working than all the other disciples. He did not even slack for a second. He had fantasized many times. The scene when he finds Fang Yuan defeating him and making him kneel on the ground, repenting for all that he did on Qingmao Mountain. The clansmen in the afterlife would finally rest in peace after that. Thus, on Donghun Mountain, he did not give up despite numerous occasions of wanting to do so. Every time he thought of Fang Yuan, there would be a strong driving force in his heart, supporting him to continue climbing. He wanted to get a Hu Immortal inheritance, not only because he did not want to let his master down or disappointing the clan's expectations. It was also because his chances of getting revenge would be much greater if he had the Blessed Land. But he did not expect that life would come hitting him this hard and suddenly. Gu Yue Fang Yuan, his blood-related brother, the main character of his numerous nightmares, appeared on the mountaintop. Under everyone's view, he obtained the inheritance. Even Gu Immortals could do nothing to him. Fang Zheng, who failed, returned to the sect. Shock, pain, loss, fear. He knew the clan's lies. He knew the truth, but precisely so, the shadow in his heart grew by many times. This trauma had been nurturing in him since he was young. Why is brother so smart, but I am so stupid? Why was it that I cultivated so hard, yet I still lost to Fang Yuan? Why did this happen in southern border and also in central continent? Is it true that I Gu Yue Fang Zheng am destined to live in his shadow my entire life, never to surpass him? Every time Fang Zheng thought of this, there would be an indignant feeling in his heart, urging him to cultivate more. But this time it was different. It was different. Thinking of the mission the clan just passed to him, Fang Zheng's body shuddered. The Blessed Land was in Fang Yuan's control. In order to obtain Hu Immortal Blessed Land, the sect was recruiting Fang Yuan. As long as he handed over the Blessed Land, he would be Immortal Crane Sect's elder. Central Continent sect members were classified from low to high as Outer Disciple, Inner Disciple, Elite Disciple, Legacy Disciple. Above disciples there were Sect Elder, often at rank 4 cultivation, controlling the many aspects of the sect. Above Sect Elder was Sect Leader. He had to be at least rank 5 middle stage and was the key person in charge. And above the clan leader, there were Supreme Elders. These supreme elders were all Gu immortals. They were rarely seen during normal times, secluded in cultivation. Only when the sect faces a life-and-death situation, or when something important happens, they would appear and let the world know the true power of Immortal Crane Sect as one of the top 10 sects. Since I joined Immortal Crane Sect, I had cultivated so diligently these years. From outer disciple, I became an inner disciple. And from inner disciple, I became an elite disciple. During the sect examination, I emerged as the top disciple of among the elite disciples. But now Fang Yuan just has to say a word, and he would become a sect elder. Any disciple who sees him have to bow and pay respects. Fang Zheng felt a great pain in his heart every time he thought about this. If Fang Yuan really became an elder, he would have to bow and pay respects to this enemy every time he saw him. Was there fun in such a life? Was there meaning in living? Master, has all the effort and hard work I put in been in vain? At this point, Fang Zheng was standing at Tianti Mountain foot, waiting to meet Fang Yuan. He had unavoidably fallen into deep self-doubt. Lord Sky Crane quickly consoled him. Fang Zheng, you have to adjust your mindset. Immortal Crane Sect sacrificed a lot for Hu immortal inheritance. We even used an immortal Gu. For the sect, we have to look at this from the big picture and put down our personal grudges temporarily. Fang Zheng, you have to understand, it was Immortal Crane Sect who nurtured you. Now that the sect needs you make some sacrifices, you cannot forget your roots. Although he said that, Lord Sky Crane was sighing in his heart. He understood Fang Zheng's personality. Thus his heart was even more worried. All along, the notion of revenge was driving Fang Zheng forward like a pillar. It was also his obsession in this cultivation journey. But now the sect's orders were for Fang Zheng to let down this obsession. This was more fatal than any injury. Most likely after suffering such an impact, Fang Zheng would no longer have any drive left. He would let himself dwell in self-pity. But what can we do? That is a blessed land, and it even contains a forbidden ground like Donghun Mountain. The gustones on the mountain can be used by our disciples and make our entire sect's strength surge. Other than that, Fang Yuan has Blood Skull Gu and fixed Immortal Travel Gu on him. These things are way too valuable. They are so important. How can an elite disciple compare to them at all? Lord Sky Crane felt sad in his heart, but he still said to Fang Zheng, "My good disciple, you have to control your desire for revenge. A little impatience spoils great plans. Treat this as a trial of your endurance. After seeing your brother, do not attack. Within the blessed land, you are not his match." Saying so, Lord Sky Crane recalled what he Feng Yang instructed him. "I know the enmity between Fang Yuan and Fang Zheng. If needed, we can sacrifice Fang Zheng. You can negotiate in place of Fang Zheng." He Feng Yang's pressure was great at the moment. All the supreme elders were looking at his actions. "Master, you are telling me to treat this as a trial? I will try." Fang Zheng loosened his clenched fist, then clenched it again. He was struggling in his heart. He felt pain and anger. If someone swore to get revenge and cultivated to succession, only to find that his enemy had died, that is pain. If someone swore to get revenge and cultivated to succession, but found that he could not beat his enemy, and that his enemy was still living well, that is much greater pain. If someone swore to get revenge and cultivated to succession, but found out that not only was he unable to beat his enemy, he even had to use a fake friendly attitude to negotiate with him, hoping the enemy would become his superior. This was the greatest pain of all pain. Hey, Fang Zheng, don't think much of it. Fang Yuan might not be having a good time. There is a calamity in the blessed land. You cannot imagine the might of a calamity. Even if your brother had an immortal Gu, he is still immortal. Soon he will experience the terrifying powers of an earthly calamity. By then, the blessed land will be full of loopholes, and he would have suffered a huge loss. You have a high chance of succeeding in this trip. Lord Sky Crane consoled him again. Fang Zheng heard this and his mood became slightly more relaxed. The earthly calamity is beginning, he Feng Yang muttered. he had been staying behind the scenes. Firstly, it was to protect these elite disciples. Secondly, it was to prevent the ill intentions of other Gu masters. And thirdly, if Fang Yuan could not block this earthly calamity, he would have to help out. At this moment, he was starting at the spot where Hu Immortal Blessed Land was hiding in on TNT Mountain, sensing that there was an aura of destruction. Soon his lips curled into a smile, as there was a peculiar sight on TNT Mountain. Pieces after pieces of grassland appeared on TNT Mountain. They were like clouds or fog, illusory and not real. How could there be a grassland on a mountain? This was the loophole of the Blessed Land, and a large loophole at that, allowing outsiders to see the scene inside the Blessed Land. Such a loophole could only fit Gu worms. There was still some way to go before Gu masters can go in. Lord Sky Crane at the other side had already called out, "The loophole appeared. Send the lightning symbol Paper Crane Gu in." Fang Zhengs gritted his teeth. Under everyone's supervision, he injected primeval essence and activated the Gu worm. Lightning symbol Paper Crane. Gu was fast as lightning, flying into the loophole. But right after, the grassland image turned into a lump of primeval essence as it dissipated in the air. Lightning symbol Paper Crane Gu flew for 2 rounds before flying back to Fang Zhengs' hands. This Fang Yuan is giving up a portion of the Blessed Land, completely removing it. It seems he is worried that Gu masters might entire when the loophole turns into a tunnel. Feng Yang was slightly shocked, but sneered soon after. "Go ahead. Let's see how much land you can discard. Every piece of land you abandon is akin to giving up your own flesh." But immediately after, Feng Yang's expression changed. "He's still continuing? He's already thrown a few square kilometers worth of land. He is really bold. No wonder he managed to snatch the inheritance." But a few moments later, Feng Yang's expression turned ugly. It seems that this earthly calamity is very dangerous this time. But how much land is he going to give up? He has already thrown tens of square kilometers of land away. This wastrel